All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about what size kettlebells should you buy. Maybe you tried out some kettlebells at the gym. Maybe you've seen a lot of kettlebell work at home. On Instagram, and you're like, you know what? Maybe I should invest in that. And maybe you're just trying to stop going into the gym. I'm gonna give you first a couple reasons why you should buy kettlebells, and reason number one is you're gonna take away friction to going to the gym. Like when you have to drive to the gym, find parking, get ready, look, kind of presentable to be around people. You're talking about 15 to 30 minutes already, depending how far that gym is from you. And that's friction. That's gonna get in the way between you getting your workout and you getting the results. So that's that. Like working out at home, it is awesome. And with the kettlebells, you could get a lot done. You could work on strength, you could work on endurance, you can work on mobility. You could do a lot of things with the kettlebells, hence why they are so popular, hence why they are the best tool if you're trying to work out at home. Now, obviously, when you want really good results and you want to keep on progressing, you're gonna have to keep on buying kettlebells. So we're gonna take this timeline from the very beginning, you don't know much, to the very advanced. And as a beginner that you don't have so much experience with lifting weights, like you haven't been doing barbell work, you haven't been doing dumbbell work and all of that in the gym, I would say you should get either a 8 kg or 12 kg. So typically kettlebells go by kilos, but that's a 18 pounder or a 26 pounder. Now, if you're a man and heavy man, then maybe and still a beginner, then you could probably go with a 26 or a 35, a 35 pounder. Um, but at the very least, you're gonna need three. You're gonna need three, buy three right off the bat. Buy three kettlebells right off the bat, because you're gonna outgrow them, and you're gonna need three different sizes for different reasons. You're gonna need a lighter one to do kettlebell skill work, kind of like single arm cleans, single arm snatches. You're gonna need a medium one to do a little bit of both, and then you're gonna need a heavy one to do leg stuff. Like your legs are way stronger than your upper body, so you really, if you had to pick two, get a lighter one, so an 8 kg, and then get a heavy one, a 16 kilogram. But you want one in the middle as well because it's a nice bridge. It's a nice bridge to bridge the gap. But basically, yeah, like the first type of training that you're gonna be doing is two hands with one kettlebell. So this is like your goblet squats, your two-hand deadlifts, your two-hand cleans, your two-hand swings. That's why if you only get a light one, that's just gonna be way too light. Like you need a kind of heavy one. So for a beginner, a 26-pound one for females is a good start weight that you're able to use with two hands. Like you're gonna be able to deadlift 26 pounds with two hands. You're gonna be able to swing it with two hands. You're gonna be able to squat it with two hands. Um, and for the dudes, 35 pounds, that's like the bare minimum. Like with two hands, like you should be able to handle that. Now that's kind of like the beginner phase. Those three numbers right there: 18-pound kettlebell, 26-pound kettlebell, 35-pound kettlebell. Now, if you're like intermediate, like you have a bit of experience lifting weights, you've been lifting with maybe like 1 to 3 years, in the gym, barbells, dumbbells, you push some weight, you build a little bit of muscle, then you can start a little bit higher. And this will mean you could start with the 12 kg, 16 kg, and then 20 kg. Also, all of this is also gonna matter, like how much you weigh and how big you are or whatever. And female, male, there's so many variants, but I'm just trying to give you guys a picture. So, uh, yeah, if you have some experience, you're gonna want to use the 12 kg, 16 kg, and then 20 kg. And then lastly, if you are like advanced, you have plenty of years in the gym and like, you back squat, you deadlift with the barbell, you do all these things, 3 to 5 years in the gym with strength training, then you could probably start a little higher, and that would be 16 kg, 20 kg, and then 24 kg. Whoop, got an alarm. Um, to start with, if you're like a little bit advanced, but I always recommend to have like even for a heavier, strong dude, a 26-pound kettlebell could go a long way because there's three phases. Like I said, the very beginner thing, you're gonna be working with one kettlebell, two hands. Then you're gonna start working on single-sided kettlebell exercises. This is your single rack squats, your single arm swings, single arm cleans, your snatches, all of that, the Turkish get up. And then the third level is like using double bells. Right now, we're just talking minimalist to start. To start, you should have three kettlebells, a light one, a medium one, and a heavy one. And then eventually that's where you start building up. And this is something that people forget with kettlebells. They think, oh, I get three kettlebells, I'm good. I have five kettlebells, I'm good. You have to keep on buying kettlebells. You have to keep on buying iron if you want to keep on getting stronger. Uh, you have to double up. So like the collection, I would say you take it, I would say if you're a woman, you take it to 53 pounds. Like you start at 18 pounds, you go to then the next kettlebell is 26, the next kettlebell is 35, the next kettlebell is 44 pounds, then the next kettlebell is 53. So after 53, after you master that 53 pounder with a lot of single rack stuff, then you could start doubling up. Now you get a pair of 8 kgs, a pair of 26 pounders, a pair of 35 pounders, and start doing um, double work. And obviously, even more than that, if you feel like you need it, if you're stronger. For the guys, I will go up to 70 pounds. And then once you start, you could single arm press 70 pounds and all of that, snatch 70 pounds. Then you could start doubling up and just keep buying pairs. Like you could get a lot done without having to buy pairs yet. Like especially with fat loss. Like you could lose a lot of fat and build some muscle just with one kettlebell. It does have to be heavy though. Like think about the gym. Think how much weight the gym has. When you using a cable, you could keep on stacking that thing forever. Those little iron wheels that you see at the gym, like there's millions of those. It's infinity. So obviously you don't need all of that. We're trying to keep it minimalistic, but you do need more. You do need more weight because eventually you're gonna hit a plateau. Like if you're doing reps of anything of 10, I would say even 8 or 10, and you're just repping it out and like it's not even a challenge anymore, like you have to go heavy. You have to buy a heavier kettlebell or make the exercise harder. But at the end of the day, weight is weight because I can have you do a squat, a goblet squat. Oh, that's too easy. Single rack squat. Oh, that's too easy. Stagger squat. Oh, that's too easy. Single leg squat. Then, eventually you're like just training coordination and balance and you're not really loading up the muscle. Like you're still using the same weight at the end of the day. It'll be more challenging and you'll be working on other areas, but at the end of the day, you have to get more weight. So I would say three kettlebells to begin with for the first 12 weeks. After that, get a new kettlebell. 3 months after, get a new kettlebell. 3 months after, probably get a new kettlebell until you get to that upper range. For women, 24 kg, for men, 32 kg, and then double up. Now double up. Now we could work with two kettlebells all at once. But yeah, like I feel like a lot of people just overthink this. Like, what size should I get? Like, just get one heavy one light one, and if you can, get a medium one. Like, you're not paying a gym membership. Pay up. Pay up. And I'm not saying this because I sell kettlebells, which, we're officially shutting down that branch of the business. But which, by the way, if you need kettlebells, we have 28 kgs left. Those are the heavy ones, 62 all the way to 97-pound kettlebells left in stock. We're not restocking. We have like about 10 of each. If you're in South Florida, you get a huge discount. If you're not, you can still get a discount. Just go to the website, it's there. Um, blamincafitness.com. But yeah, don't overthink it. Like, don't be cheap. Like, gym memberships are like 50, 80. Good ones are $150 a month. So like, yeah, save that, what you're not spending on a gym membership, and every 3 months buy new kettlebells. But to recap all of this, start with a light, start with a medium, start with a heavy, and three. Like, that's the minimum. Like, you actually want to get results from home, you're gonna need three. And 3 months after that, you're gonna need one more. 3 months after that, another one. And so on until you have pairs of almost, wherever you get to, like, if you have pairs of up to 24, that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a total of 10 kettlebells. Like, with 10 kettlebells, you could literally change your life and you'll be good like for 2, 3 years. Like, after that, then, if you want more, you could get a little bit more. But um, start light, medium, heavy. Again, recap. If you're a beginner, you have not lifted, you're learning how to strength train, get a 18 pounder, 26 pounder, 35 pounder. If you have lifted for at least a year, like you've done exercises like strength train, dumbbells, barbell, or something like that, machines maybe, cables, then get the 12 kg, 26 pounder, the 35 pounder, and then the 44 pounder. If you're advanced, like you know your shit with the barbell, with the dumbbells and everything, you pack some muscle, you're strong. Start with the 16 kg, 20 kg, and then 24 kg. And remember, this is all gonna vary in weight, but you just have to remember and don't compare them to dumbbell weight. Don't compare them to barbell weight because this is a whole different ball game. Like, the stability is gonna demand from your joints and your body is different. Is way harder because of the anatomy of the kettlebell and the way it sits on the rack and on your wrist and the way it hangs is much harder, and it takes a lot of skill. It takes a lot of skill to learn how to do these exercises right. Like, you're gonna feel weird when you're trying cleans for the first time, when you're trying to swing for the first time. Like, you're not used to working with momentum, decelerating, accelerating. You're just used to like up and down and side to side, and that's it. Like, the kettlebell is just different. Training right with the kettlebell is different. So that's why these weight recommendations may seem a little light, but trust me, you're gonna have to start a little light. That way you don't lose your mind and or hurt yourself because it takes skills. And this is exactly what we do inside the Kettlebell Academy. We teach clients how to execute all these kettlebell exercises correctly, and obviously, take care of their training phases and their nutrition and all of that. But anyways, that is all for today. Now you know what kettlebells you should be buying. Don't be cheap. This is an investment for you and your family because these kettlebells will outlive you. Peace.